There's one thing that we need to do to assure that a narcissist will respect us, and this is the one thing that I missed. I have no idea why, but for some reason it just wasn't on my mind. But I think the reason is because I was susceptible to love bombing. So the narcissist came into my life. I say the narcissist. There are actually more than one, but these people come into your life and they pretend that they're your best friend. They pretend they're your buddy. They love bomb you, and if you're not ready for it, you'll fall for it. And how can you not fall for it? I mean, you can't just assume that everybody who's kind to you is potentially a narcissist. Well, actually, you can do that. But you can't just assume that they actually are narcissists, so you got to be on the watch out. But you got to have this one thing in place, which gives a red flag signal to the narcissist that they will know that this is a guy, this is a woman that we need to just kind of stay away from. Hands off, because this is dangerous. So let's imagine that you are a fox and you're out looking for prey. Maybe going to, I don't know, go down to the farm and have yourself a chicken. Well, you're not going to pick just any prey. You're going to pick something that you can outsmart, that you can outwit, that you can take advantage of. So my best guess is I've never seen a fox take on a bear, take on a grizzly bear, because the fox understands I can handle a chicken, but the grizzly bear I can't handle. So what is the difference? Kind of obvious, right? So the whole point of that is this. What is the one thing that we need to do that will signal the narcissist that he or she must respect us? And that one thing is we must respect ourselves, because if we don't respect ourselves, the narcissist will not respect us. They pick up on that immediately. They see us as a chicken, not as a grizzly bear. They see us as someone they can easily take advantage of, and they will. Because, we keep giving in and keep giving in. We're not thinking, we're naive, we're gullible, we're just not respecting ourselves. And a person who respects himself or herself is not necessarily unkind or inconsiderate to people who try to befriend us, but we do have this, or we should have this air about us, something about us that the other individual knows that this is not a pushover. This is not somebody we can take advantage of. We can be their friend, but we can't take advantage of them. Well, if that person who is befriending you, love bombing you, is a narcissist, they'll pick up on that signal clearly, and they'll go on their way. Maybe they'll keep a friendship with you for whatever reasons, but they're not going to take advantage of you. Well, number two is this. We need to create a template that we show the narcissist. By that, I simply mean that we respect others. So we're not only respecting ourselves and showing the narcissist, well, everybody, that we have a sense of belonging. We have a sense of self-respect. We know who we are. We know what we're all about. We're not going to be fooled or be anybody's fool. But at the same time, we're going to treat others with that same respect. Treat other people with the same manner that we would want them to treat us. Okay, there you go. That's the golden rule, right? Treat others the way that you would have them to treat you. Now, why are we doing this? Well, number one, my opinion, is just the right thing to do. But another thing is it's sending out a template to the narcissist that this is the way that you believe things ought to be. You not only respect yourself, you respect everybody, and you expect everybody to respect everybody and you too. And the narcissist understands this is a person who lives in a world speaking of you, thinking of you. This is an individual who lives in a world where he understands the value of human dignity and respect. And he or she doesn't like, that's speaking of you and me, he or she does not like and will not put up with scamsters. Will not put up with fraudsters. We will not put up with narcissists. You're out of the picture. Don't even try, because you're going to wish, speaking to the narcissist, that you had not even tried. Number three is this. Not only respect yourself, but you need to treat yourself with a measure of value. Now, it's not quite the same to say value yourself as respect yourself, but you need to understand that you, as a human being, have value. Now, I say this in other videos, say it again. What is your value? I mean, what are you worth? You have any idea? Now, I'm not talking about financial worth. I'm not talking about a financial statement, but I'm saying, what is your value as a human being? I mean, what are your gifts? What are your abilities? What can you do? And if you stop and think about it, you can do all kinds of things. You can think, you can talk, you can interact with people, you can help people. You can, well, you have eyes, you can see. I mean, most of you do. I suppose there's somebody out there who may be blind, but you can hear. Some of you have special talents like music. Some of you have athletic ability, some maybe not. Others have artistic talent. Some people are good family folks. You're honest, you're straightforward, and you treat other people with dignity. What I'm saying is, you've got a lot of value. And people say, well, I don't want to talk about that because that's arrogance. That's narcissism. No, that's just being honest, because you've got flaws as well. And if you make a balance sheet, these are my strong points, these are my weak points, that's not narcissism. That's not putting yourself down. What that is, that's just flat out being honest. And when you value yourself and somebody tries to take advantage of you, somehow that sixth sense seems to kick in. Well, the narcissist says, okay, this is a person that I can take advantage of, and you're saying, wait a minute, that is a transgression against my sense of value. This person has no right to take advantage of me or anybody else. So number 3 is value yourself. And that takes us to number 4, which is simply refuse to tolerate disrespect. Now, the narcissist, you know this, the narcissist will treat you with utmost respect at the beginning because they're tricking you. They're bringing you into their web of deceit, and you may fall for it. Hopefully, the narcissist has already picked up that you're a person who values yourself, who has a lot of self-respect. They're not going to even bother, but if they get that far, and then they get to the stage where they begin to disrespect you, why go any further? Why put up with a narcissist one day more? So a lot of times, we put up with disrespect because we're still kind of believing in that fake persona that the narcissist presented when he or she was trying to fool us and trick us, love bomb us into getting into their trap. We need to understand that once the disrespect starts, we need to treat it as disrespect. I mean, just right off the bat. Number 5 is this: disengage with those who work against you. Now, I'm not just talking about the narcissist, but I'm also talking about his agents, her agents, these flying monkeys, these people that they use to take advantage of you, narcissists by proxy, some people call them. So just disengage with them. Why would you bother? These people are out to hurt you, and they want to fight with you, and if you fight back, what you're doing is you're just playing into their hands. You're allowing them to pull your strings to trigger you, so to speak. Number 6, we talk about this one often, but identify your space. Do you know what your space is? If right now I were to ask you to write down your space, what would you say? How would you describe your space? Well, we've already mentioned a couple things. For example, you have a sense of self-respect. You should have that. It's healthy. Everybody should. And when somebody, a narcissist or anybody, transgresses against your sense of self-respect immediately, you should know this person's crossed the boundary. They have come into my space. They don't belong here. Do you have a space? Do you have a home you belong? Where you live? Can just anybody walk in the door anytime they want? The answer is no. We've got a neighborhood cat who would really like to come into our house and make our house his or her home. I don't know if it's a boy cat or girl cat. It's just a cat. So the answer is no. You can't come into our house. You can wander around the yard all you want. You can catch all the moles and groundhogs that you can catch. Perfectly okay with that, but you can't come in the house. This is not your house. This is our space. You have a house where you live, cat, down the street. That's your house. They feed you. They take care of you, not us. But stop by and say hello anytime you want. But it stops at the door. So what is the door of your life? What is that space in your life where others cannot intrude? You need to identify that. You need to know where that is. And once you do, once the narcissist, the cat or whatever, tries to get inside, no, shoo him away. This is a transgression. You got to go. So identify your space, and number 7, we kind of touched on this, and this is kind of important. But it goes beyond disengaging, but it's very important, in my humble opinion, that we just move on. Moving on is not terribly easy to do. I don't think it's easy for anybody. Maybe somebody that I don't know about, but there's this thing called rumination, where the narcissist has taken advantage of you and hurt you, and maybe you caught it early and got rid of this rascal, but there's still that memory bank that you have, and you want to forgive and forget, and you're realizing, yeah, it's just not that easy, because memories don't just disappear. There's no off switch, there's no erase button on your brain where you can take those things out. But what we can do is we can move on. The memories are still there, but we can still move forward. We can still keep going. Now, what the narcissist wants you to do is he or she wants you to ruminate. They want you to think about them all the time. And they're trying to get your attention constantly. They're trying to get supply out of you, supply being anything that boosts their ego. So they keep on doing that through a smear campaign. You're very much aware of that. But you got to move on. You can't respond to it because that's what they're trying to get you to do. They're trying to keep in touch with you. They can't do it directly because, well, you disengaged. So they're doing it indirectly through smear campaign. How do you disengage a smear campaign? Well, the best way to do it, just move on. Just keep on going as if it's not even there. Well, eventually, it occurs to the narcissist, and some of these people are really smart, some of them kind of dumb, but eventually it will occur even to the smart ones that they can get supply elsewhere. They can get more supply, better supply elsewhere. And so they will leave you alone. On the screen, you see there are 2 rectangles. If you want to keep talking, click one of those 2 rectangles and we'll keep hanging out together. But if not, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you all next time.